I don't be cracked out on drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't even smoke weed. I have to say being a stripper is the best thing that I've ever chose. Quit my full-time job. Fuck college. Let me tell you, college is not the only way to succeed. Like, hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I literally just woke up, so this is like my scrubbed up bitch, you look busted, I woke up like this raw edition. But I kind of wanted to just, I don't know, I just had something on my mind that I wanted to share. I want to give you guys a little bit of background story of who I really am, how I got to where I got to today, and why I decided to do what I'm doing today. As most of you guys know that are subscribed, that know me, I am a dancer. I have been stripping for 3 years. I have been dancing since I was 18 years old. I'm going to tell you guys my background of everything that happened in my journey and why I do what I do. There's certain people that understand the hustle of the stripper life, and a lot of people that do not understand what they're really about, what their ambition is, why they decide to get in such crazy industry. And at least this is my story, because stripping isn't a last resort for a lot of people. People think strippers, like, they really reach rock bottom being a stripper, and they had to go through some crazy shit to become a stripper, or they had daddy issues or family problems, or they were on drugs, or they have just been so fucked up in the head and that they're a stripper. But that's not really the case, boo-boo, okay? That's not really the case. So let me tell you a background story about me. So before I became a stripper, I worked so hard. I was one of those people in high school where, oh, I'm finally 16 years old and I could finally apply to jobs. Bitch, I'm on it. I worked so hard at my 9-to-5s. I worked so many 9-to-5s, but for some reason it just never lasted. Like, being a stripper, this has been my longest job. But before I was a stripper, I'm talking about I worked 90 hours a week just so I can reach what I needed to reach. I would work as much hours as they let me. 90 hours, I just felt like that shit just wasn't enough for me. That shit just didn't suit the lifestyle that I wanted. Like, my checks, I don't even remember. I think my checks were like 500, 600, 700. But that's also because my minimum wage was only like 12 something, and I was working at the mall. I was selling cell phone cases at the mall, and that's when I was really working 90 hours. And he got me working in 2 stores that was super far. That was like 45-minute drive away, and one that was only like 10-minute drive away, because it was the mall around here. Just to grind really motherfucking hard and just work so hard, and it just felt like working a 9-to-5, it was just so exhausting. And the last thing I wanted to do was be the person that woke up, hated their job, complained every single day. I didn't want to fucking do that. Later, throughout the years, it made me realize, like, yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you doing with your fucking life? Like, why are you working so fucking hard? When I graduated high school, I knew that I wanted to go to college. During high school, I took this college program at the University of Washington, and I was supposed to get into the University of Washington, but my senior year, I ended up, I guess, lacking motivation and ambition. I really fucked up my senior year. I was failing my classes. I was just skipping. Senior year, I just felt like, who gave a fuck? Like, I'm ready to just live my life, be happy. I hated school. I hated the concept of school. They teach you bullshit that you didn't even need after high school, and no life lessons that I actually needed. Like, what the fuck? This extra learning, and none of it is actually beneficial to me. So I just thought, in my senior year of high school, like, everything's fucking stupid. Everything was fucking stupid, and I hated fucking high school. I hated middle school. I hate the concept of what they were teaching. Like, nothing was really beneficial to me that I thought was worth it. So that's why I started to fail my classes. And I was very ambitious at being in school and taking college courses in high school and taking extracurricular activities. But then I just realized, like, I really fucking hated school. So when I fucked up my senior year and I didn't apply to actual universities, I ended up going to a community college. But then again, they serve 4-year courses now. I ended up going to Bellevue College, and my financial aid was taking super fucking long. So I ended up paying out of pocket for 6 quarters, and that shit is not cheap. It was, I believe, $1,500 per quarter, and I was paying that out of pocket, and I was doing school while stripping, because I started stripping when I was 18 years old. And if you watch my previous video, I just didn't decide to be a stripper. I was a lazy ass bitch, and I wanted to get just a regular job that didn't require me to do much, so I became a waitress. But when I decided to become a waitress, they told me to just try out stripping because you could make way more money, and I'm very spontaneous, so I went with it, and it became my longest job I ever kept, and I do love it. I love what I do. It's just I gained more and learned more from dancing than any other job, than any other occupation that I ever had. I was in college full-time, then also stripping every night. So when I was in college, the first thing that I wanted to become was a palliative care physician. That's the type of doctor that helps patients in life-threatening conditions, and they make about $14K a month. And clearly I'm like, yes, I love to help people. Yes, that's the type of money that I want to reach every month. So that's what I was going for. And majority, since it's in the med field, majority of classes is biology, science, and math. And unfortunately, those 2 are my worst subjects. I'm Asian, but bitch, I hate math. Bitch, I hated math. Math was my worst subject. And biology, bitch, I barely passed the biology exam in motherfucking high school to even graduate. So that shit was a big barrier to me. And I realized while I was stripping and in school, I was fucking miserable. I was so miserable. I hated it. I was overworking myself. I was stressing out, wondering how I'm gonna make money and focus on school. And also, I couldn't even work as much because I had to stay in school and focus on exams and try to fucking pass these classes with fob-ass teachers. And also, I have like ADHD, so I'm always constantly having to like move around, and sitting down in a classroom, and I reeled myself because I would have like 2-hour, 3-hour classes. That shit drove me crazy. Just sitting in a room, sitting in a chair, like I really felt like I was going insane. And I realized, like, during the whole time I was in school, I was just so fucking miserable. I was just so miserable. And also, I started like failing some classes. Not just fucking hated it. I hated fucking school. I realized, like, yeah, I was like, is this really what you want to do? Like, can you actually see yourself? Because I already did not like working 9 to 5. I didn't like the concept of me working towards someone else's goal. Because at the end of the day, I would go to college, get my degree, to work for someone else, to work towards someone else's dream job, to work towards someone else's business. But when you're in the stripping industry, all of that working for someone else's dream job, working for someone else's goal, being a stripper, you don't just fucking strip. You don't just get naked. You don't just show your pussy. Being a stripper, you learn to be so independent, and you learn to work for yourself. You learn to make what money you want to. The occupation that I wanted to do for college was $14K a month. But setting goals for yourself in a strip club, I made $14K a month. I reached the money goal that I wanted to reach. If I was really that dedicated and motivated and really hustled, I reached what I wanted to reach. And that's something that I loved about working for yourself, is I got to choose what I wanted to make and how I wanted to make it. So after being a stripper for 3 years, I learned that's what I actually wanted to do. I was asking myself every day while in school, like, being the type of doctor that I wanted to be, that's fucking like 8 years. Do I really want to spend 8 years being miserable just to get my degree, just to work for someone else again and hate my life again because I gotta wake up early and do the same shit for someone else's? One, helping someone was great, but I did not like was working for someone else, being under someone else's management, being under someone else's control. Being a dancer, that's what you fucking learn is, that's just not who I wanted to be. So now I'm stripping. It just makes me go harder so I can get out of it. And I can guarantee you after 2020 this year, I'm done stripping and I'm starting my business. For me, being a stripper made me realize that I want to start my own business and follow my dreams and my real passions. I've set so many different goals for myself, and now that I give zero time helping someone else's dream come true, I'm now focusing on myself, making my dreams come true, accomplishing all my goals, setting everything that I need to do, knowing that I have the whole 24 hours every single day to do what I want to do. I've never been happier in my life. I'm a happy ass bitch knowing that I don't have to follow no one else's rules and I get to do what I want to do in my entire day. I took a really big risk because I quit my full-time job. Like, I quit reliable income for income that's never guaranteed because you never know how much you made. So I took a really big risk, and I also moved out of my family's house and I got my own apartment. And I felt hella bougie for some reason because I'm a stripper. I feel like I should get anything that I want. So I was hella extra, and I got a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was $1,700 a month, and no roommates, no nothing, because I like to be by myself. I don't want no motherfucking roommates. I don't want to deal with nobody else. I want to just be me. My own space, my own everything. So, one, I quit my full-time job to be a stripper, and I had my own place. I had rent that I had to pay, $1,700. I got car payment, I got electricity, I got bills. I took a really big risk to follow my dreams and became independent and learned what I really liked, learned how I needed to hustle, learned what I needed to do to get out the trap and to become better in my life. I have to say, being a stripper is the best thing that I've ever chose to do, despite all the negativity and the bullshit that everyone have against strippers. Strippers mentality is the best thing ever. That's my story. That's why I became a stripper, quit my full-time job. Fuck college. Let me tell you, college is not the only way to succeed. Who the fuck do I look like? Pfft, I'm not going to motherfucking college. Why? That's not the only way to win. You don't need to be in college to be successful. Most successful people now haven't even got a motherfucking degree. The most people winning right now didn't even motherfucking go to college. So about people commenting down on my videos talking about it's too late to go, it's not too late to go to college. Bitch, you go to college. You work for someone else for the rest of your motherfucking life, bitch, because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, period. So whatever small-minded you got going on in your motherfucking head, you deal with that someone else, because I'm not listening to you, period. And I don't give a fuck what anybody got to say about me. So that's my input on that as well, bitch. But anyways, thank you for everyone that's been supporting me, that's been hella supportive, regardless of what I do for a living, regardless of what I want to do with my life, or anything that I decide to share with y'all. Thank you for everyone that do not judge me, because everyone got a story. No, I don't have daddy issues. I have the most amazing family ever. I'm built by the most amazing mom. I love my dad. My family never handed anything to me, which I feel like that made me why I grind so hard, because I learned to get everything on my own. And that's what they taught me, is nothing should be handed to you. You should learn how to work for it. Me and my family are so fucking close, regardless. Like, I love my family to death. So I don't have fucking family problems. I have amazing friends that support everything that I do. I don't be cracked out on drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't even smoke weed. All I do is drink sometimes, and that's only when I party and go out with my friends and I be at the bar. So don't be thinking I be motherfucking cracked out, I be selling pussy, I ain't got no motherfucking goals, because you guys are so small-minded. I feel bad for you. I really feel bad for people who judge people based on a title. Y'all need motherfucking help, okay? But anyways, for everyone else that's been supporting me, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope y'all learn a little bit more about me and who I really am. But anyways, that's my story. Thank you guys. Like this video, comment down below, let me know what y'all think, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, thanks y'all.